Hi, welcome to this other development video looking at my modelling process and development for my Masters Project 1. What I'm looking at here is again how to refine my workflow going forwards. I've conducted my paradigmatic analysis of many of my inspirational kind of practitioners, and I've noticed that there's a particular look to many of the geometric structures in order to give away the sense that they have a utilitarian function, or once did. Many of them have stairwells to kind of imply that human existence was there in the first place, and somehow someone would have to maintain and control these objects or environments. So many of them have stairwells, very functional, utilitarian, recognizable stairwells. And I thought, well, modeling stairwells is going to become an important part of this. And in the spirit of kit bashing and building these kits that I can reuse over and over again, I wanted to make this as procedural as possible, very much similar to the paneling exercise that I showed in a previous video. So what I've done here is try and create a workflow such that it allows me to model stairs of any length as quickly as possible. So thinking around how I was working before, I've tried to use a mixture of an array modifier and a mirror modifier to combine these together. So if I turn this off, so if you focus on the posts, if I turn the mirror off, you can see that I've just created one post with an extruded element here. So if I was to edit, tab into edit mode, you can simply see a simple cylinder with an extruded end to it. I've then, if I switch that back on, there's then a bevel on this just to give it some edge detail sitting on a modifier. And then the way that I control this object is via an array. So each one of these is the same, has the same kind of combination of elements, is a simple singular geometric form. And if we go into these as well, again, it's just a cylinder with an extruded end attached at a junction point. And then if we were to simply use the array function on all of these, which then becomes the control of how many we want, we can simply count as many steps as we want. So let's start with the steps. Let's put the array count up. Let's say we want 20 steps. Now modeling and placing those would be laborious. So let's go into our side view. Here's our side orthographic view. So modeling those and placing those would be a laborious exercise. So I can just count in as many steps as I want. Then alongside that, I can count as many posts as I want as it goes up the stairwell. So let's take that down to 10, say. And the same thing with the handrails. I can simply go to the array function and leave the mirror and the bevel alone and simply count how many handrails I want to go through. And because it's mirrored, very quickly I've got a stairwell. But if we were to tab in, there is only one active primitive, and that's just simply being arrayed and being mirrored to create this continuous flow of stairs. Okay, so I can then combine all those modifiers together to create one structure. I need to look at how to maybe, I'm not going to be able to turn corners. I might have to just put these two greeble kits together. I might have to create a corner kit so I can create junction points. But in terms of just building stairs quite quickly, this seems to be a good and efficient way of doing this. So just to go back, if I just take these counts down, so let's have a 0 array, which is defaults to 1. Let's go to the posts, let's take them down to 1. And let's take our handrails down. Oh, let's take our steps even down to 1. And we're back to where we started. So if you look at these, especially that have the mirror on them, there's just one primitive that's been modeled. This has then been mirrored to the other side, which is then arrayed to count it. Same thing with these posts here. You've got one, which is then mirrored And it's important that the bevel happens first, so the beveling is arrayed and then mirrored in combination as well. And just in terms of smoothing, they all have smoothing on them, and I'll put auto smooth onto every object with 30 degrees as I've done previously, so the smoothing is handled, and the beveling of edges is handled. So basically when we see the beveling, the auto smooth takes over with its 30-degree angle. So we get some nice smooth faceted edges. And that's how I've built my stairwells, so hopefully that should make my life a lot quicker going forwards. Thank you very much.